I have started the process of forming a new broad-based cabinet to assist in driving the urgently needed and irreversible transformation of our country. I nominate the following first batch of 11 individuals for consideration and approval by the National Assembly for appointment as Cabinet Secretaries and Attorney General. I am continuing to undertake consultations across the political divide on the balance of cabinet that I will appoint shortly. The consultations are at an advanced stage, and internal processes in various sectors are underway to facilitate my appointment of the balance of this cabinet. I have now forwarded the name of John Mbadi Ngo'ongo to the Ministry of National Treasury and Economic Planning, Salim Mvurya Mgala, Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry, Ms. Rebecca Miano, Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife, the Honorable James Opiyo Wandayi, Ministry of Energy and Petroleum. The Government of Kenya will provide necessary support to all families and citizens who lost their loved ones. Unfortunately, there has been many instances of excessive, unlawful, dangerous, and harmful conduct during the demonstrations and engagements, as a consequence of which many persons have been arrested and charged in courts with various offenses. I urge the criminal justice agencies to take effective measures and ensure that people who may have been innocently caught up on the wrong side of things and those not implicated in crimes be released and charges against them withdrawn. Over the last 1 month, the livelihoods and property of many innocent people have also been destroyed, plunging them into destitution and jeopardizing the welfare of their dependents. The Government of Kenya will equally take measures to support these Kenyans on the path to recovery of their businesses. I direct the relevant ministries to obtain, verify, and provide accurate data to facilitate appropriate government action within the next 30 days. For the last 1 month, I have led the government in engaging and listening to citizens from all walks of life as they express themselves in different forums and on various platforms. What has emerged as the foremost national concern requiring urgent and decisive action is the vexing matter of corruption and the non-negotiable desire for accountable leadership and integrity in governance. I have this to say to Kenyans. I have heard you, and I have heard you clearly. I will be proposing amendments to the Evidence Act and the Criminal Procedure Code, among other necessary legislative amendments to all statutes relating to corruption, to expedite investigations and prosecution of corruption and economic crimes cases, and provide for their conclusion within 6 months. We shall also be proposing amendments to the Witness Protection Act to overhaul the statutory and institutional framework to protect and incentivize whistleblowers and enhance witness protection, making it easier and safer for citizens to come forward and report corruption as well as other criminal activities.
Anti-government protests have been a common sight across Kenya in recent weeks. But these demonstrators, riding motorbikes through the capital Nairobi on Tuesday, are rallying in support of the government.
We will make sure that businesses must go back to normal in this town. We condemn the protests.
The pro-government protesters clashed with anti-government rivals on Tuesday morning before being dispersed by police who fired tear gas. One anti-government protester said they were being unfairly targeted.
The police are only targeting us, peaceful demonstrators, while hired goons, covered in masks on motorbikes with concealed number plates, are moving in plain sight as the police just watch. Who are they? And what kind of country is this?
Protests erupted in June against proposed tax hikes. They have since grown into a wider movement against President William Ruto's government. More than 50 people have been killed after marches that were initially peaceful turned violent, with police opening fire. Anti-government protesters are calling for Ruto to resign and for systemic changes to tackle corruption and poor governance. On Friday, Ruto reinstated several cabinet members who had been dismissed a week earlier. That was, he said, to form a new government that would respond to the protesters' grievances.